Thank you very much. Can you all hear me at the back? Hello, you seem quite a long way away. So my name's Hayley Walton. I'm the branch chair for Birmingham and Coventry Chartered Institute of Marketing. The Chartered Institute of Marketing is the professional body for marketeers both in the UK and internationally. We've got around 45,000 members, and our aim is to support marketers throughout their career from start to finish. That's just in my spare time. On my main day job, I'm a director for Customer Plus. We're a marketing consultancy in Derby and Manchester. So thank you very much for coming, and I hope that you find this very interesting. What I'm going to do is give you a little bit of an insight into the world of marketing, show you an example of Cadbury's, so we've all heard of them, I'm guessing, and the chocolate bar Whisper, which I'm sure we've all had as well. So what I just want to do first of all is just state actually what is marketing. So this is the Chartered Institute of Marketing's definition, and that's the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating and satisfying customers' requirements profitably. So what that actually means, because there's quite a bit of jargon there, is that nowadays marketing is about influencing your attitudes and also informing your behaviours. So we're not just about advertising, we're not just about John Lewis TV advert campaigns. Have you all seen The Bear and the Hare? Yeah? Like it? Yeah? So that's £7 million worth of money that's actually spent on that advert. So there's a large amount of money going into marketing, and I'll tell you a bit more about that going forward. In terms of marketing then, like I was saying, it's not just advertising. It's not just websites, it's actually a whole board of things from research to public relations, so that's press releases, TV adverts, emails, surveys, and on average, every single one of you here will come across around 20,000 marketing messages every day. So that's 20,000 messages that we are trying to get out to you to inform your behaviour and your attitudes. So what I wanted to do now is show you a clip from an agency in London, and they ran a campaign for Whisper. So when Whisper was relaunched...
Hope you're having a good day.
Here we go.
If
you want to sit back and listen, I'll tell you more later.
Lots of special effects and voiceovers like me talking. Well, I'll try and make this quick and to the point. This campaign is all about the love of a chocolate bar named Whisper. Whisper was born in the 1980s as a cultural icon, but was removed from supermarket shelves in 2003. However, after a few years, Whisper's legendary status was confirmed when it arose from the dead following a Facebook-inspired campaign to bring back Whisper. These fans managed to persuade Cadbury to relaunch the chocolate bar, and in doing so, upstaged Iggy Pop in front of a 100,000-strong Glastonbury crowd. So, Cadbury agreed to bring back Whisper permanently in October 2008, and we set about relaunching the brand to the market with some simple, iconic posters. At the same time, we wanted to harness the love people felt for Whisper and to create the ultimate celebration of its return. The way we wanted to do this was by bringing Whisper lovers together and then choreographing a celebration on the actual day, filming it at the same time. We would ask everyone involved to do this out of their love for Whisper, and we would pay them in chocolate. Our call to fans began early with a website asking for people to donate whatever they could, including aeroplanes, cheerleaders, balloons, rugby players, hula hoopers, marching bands, fireworks, dancers, choirs, stuntmen, and whatever else we could think of. Press ads and bus sides continued the call. We had no idea what we would get or who would actually turn up.
What's a nutty Noah?
And of course we had no idea how we were going to use these Whisper lovers as we set ourselves the task of only choreographing the celebration on the actual day. However, the response was pretty flipping good. From a staggering 2,281 pledges in just 25 days, more than 300 fans starred in the show. They all came together on the 8th of December in London and managed to eat over 5,000 Whisper bars while performing a pretty good routine. The 2-minute TV ad of the celebration aired in a primetime Saturday night ITV spot on the 20th of December at 8 p.m. and was watched by over 4 million people. The ad has also been watched over 500,000 times online. Everyone gave their time, talents or belongings, all for the love of Whisper. From the director and the production company to the props and people in the ad itself, As part of the celebration and in recognition of everyone's generosity, Cadbury made a donation to BBC Children in Need. Sales of Whisper in the launch period have been incredible. They've massively surpassed targets for the year and smashed all previous product launch records. Whisper also now has over 200,000 fans on Facebook alone. Even the chairman of another agency turned up to the shoot and spoke about it on his radio programme on BBC 4. In the 13 weeks following the website launch, Cadbury sold 36,438,417 bars, equalling £18,408,762 value sales. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, Whisper was also voted Confectionery Product of the Year. Get your official Lover t-shirt at all good official Lover shops.
Okay, so that's just a small example of marketing from start to finish. That's from generating a crazy idea. How can we get people to give us a plane for the day or lend us an animal costume? And from that, it then goes into actually managing the campaign from start to finish. And then actually, how do we measure our success? So at the end of the day, we actually want to build a revenue and profit from that. So why choose a career in marketing? One of the many questions. There's many reasons why. First thing all, we all know that you need to work to generate money, and that's one of the key things. So actually there's good salaries, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. It's also all about understanding people, understanding their motivations, the reasons why they actually do things. So there's a lot of psychology involved in that. Alongside that, you need to be creative and innovative. So every day, people are coming up with these crazy ideas, introducing bears and hares, and actually generating some really standout creative. Alongside that, there's travel. So a lot of organisations market around the world. We're not stuck in the UK anymore. So there's a lot of travel involved with that. And it's very results driven as well. Alongside that, your day in a marketing is never the same. One day you may be running an event with Boris Johnson, the Mayor of London. The next day you may be on a photo shoot standing in a river trying to rescue the camera, as that has happened to me before. So every day is very different. So what kind of company might you work in? There's two different sides to marketing. There's what we call client side. So the client side is if you say worked for Coca-Cola, you would actually be in Coca-Cola's marketing team. You would own their brand, you would drive the marketing activities that they do, and you would report to their senior management team. Now, if you looked at the other side, you've got agency side, which is predominantly where my background is. The agency would be commissioned by the client side to work on their behalf. They would want the innovative ideas. They would actually want creative concepts developing. And that's very results driven. There's a lot of deadlines to meet, and there's crazy hours to work in there as well. So if you like deadlines and you like crazy hours, then agency side is the place to be. So just looking at that all-important question of how much will I actually get paid? A starting salary for a graduate who's graduated from university is around 20 grand now. There are different routes into marketing. You don't have to go to university. You can actually go and do your A-levels or go to college, and then from that actually get to do a professional qualification. But again, I'll talk about that in more detail in a second. If you're aiming for the stars and want to be a director, then you're looking at around 72 grand plus. And that's a lot of money these days. So it's a career that's worth chasing. So is anyone here thinking about a career in marketing? Yeah, on the back. Yeah, I've got two there. Yeah, at the back. So how are you going to get there? These days, it's very competitive in marketing. I just had a post open for a job in my company, and we had 250 applicants. That's 250 applicants for that one job. So how are you meant to stand out from the crowd? Well, this is what employers say they actually want. They want you to have your qualifications. So whether that's university, whether that's for the Chartered Institute of Marketing, they want to know that you know the theory behind marketing. And this goes back to understanding people, their motivations, their attitudes. They then want you to have aptitude, so actually a natural talent, a natural ability towards marketing, and actually that attitude that reinforces that as well. And then alongside that, looking at relevant experience. So the time's to start now. If you're doing your A-levels or even if you're at GCSE, you need to start getting your work experience in. So when I was 16, I spent 2 weeks at Portsmouth. You would think it'd be quite glamorous, but I was actually just taking suits down to the local charity shop. But actually, that is where I started my career at. So just looking at this, getting qualified, yep, you need to work hard. You're not going to just walk into marketing. Remember, you need to stand out from those 249 other applicants. So make sure you get a set of good qualifications. So the Chartered Institute of Marketing does have their professional certificate, and that's for anyone with no qualifications in marketing or business, or you can move above that to being actually professional diploma once you are working as well. So once you're in marketing, it's not actually just stopping there, it's learning the whole way through. And because every day is different, actually every challenge you face is different too, so you're continuously learning. Alongside that, I do recommend work experience. Actually, you need to try this before you buy, because marketing isn't for everyone. It's fast-paced, it's sometimes quite a crazy day. But there are numerous options for you. So you can go on summer placements, there's internships, work experience. You need to get sending those letters out there. One thing that the CIM does do for you, they have a website that's called getintomarketing.com. I thoroughly recommend going on this website. It tells you everything you need to know about marketing. There's also summer placements on there, internships, jobs. So I'd recommend going on there. So that's the end of my presentation. But what I'd like to ask you is, anybody got any questions that they would like to shout my way? No? Does anyone? Oh, is there a question there?
What would be a typical day in your marketing department?
A very good question, that one. So what would my typical day look like? So like I was saying, every typical day isn't the same. So I would normally come into my office around 8:30. I'll check my emails. There may be something in there about an event. There may be something in there about a photo shoot. I'm very strategy driven, so my role is to actually understand what our customers want and then develop what they call a marketing campaign on the back of that. So what I would be sifting through is a whole host of research and then coming up with some crazy idea like the Whisper one, to how actually can we generate sales, engage our customers. And I'd spend a bit of the week on that. I'd then be out in client meetings. I may then go on a photo shoot. I may go to an event. So it's very different every day. But always at the end of the day, I then check my emails again as it goes. But thank you very much for your question. Does that answer it? Cool. Any other questions at all? Oh, well, if you want to come and ask me a one-to-one question, I'll be around for the next 10 minutes. But thank you very much for listening.